name is Amanda and today I have a very exciting video to share with you guys because I will be talking about the books I brought with me to university. If you don't know, I recently moved to Glasgow and I was planning on making a moving in vlog, but then things were just kind of overwhelming, to be honest. I filmed one clip and that was before I left, so well, there won't be a moving vlog coming. I will probably do a room or dorm tour somewhere soon, but I do want to get a few more bits and bobs here and there before I feel finished with my room. But I do really love it. My room is really great. I have my own toilet and we share a kitchen and everything is just really great. I love the university so far. But enough about that, because I'm just gonna share a few of the books I brought with me because I couldn't bring much since I basically just had 4 large bags that I could carry things in, and I had to carry all of my things in those 4 bags, and books therefore couldn't be a priority, unfortunately. But I did bring some of my favorites and some of the ones that I want to read, so without further ado, here are the books I brought with me. So the one book that I have read that I brought with me was Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel, and I absolutely love this book. It's one of my favorite books of the entire year, of all time, and it's a post-apocalyptic book about a theater group performing Shakespeare in America, and it's lovely. It's fantastic. It deals with art and it questions things that what is actually important to us and what lives on after the world has ended and all those kinds of things, and it's lovely. I would totally recommend it, and will probably be lending this out to a few people because it's one of my favorites. Books that I have not read that I recently bought though was Speak Memory by Vladimir Nabokov. This is his memoir and I adore Vladimir Nabokov. I've read Lolita and I have read Pale Fire. I loved both of them, so I thought that I would give this one a go. I've heard great things about it. I love Nabokov's writing style, and this one is supposed to tell the story of his life in Russia and when he moved to America, and I'm really excited about reading it. I hope it is as great as I think that it will be. And then I brought The Shell Collector by Anthony Doerr, and the reason I bought this was because I love Anthony Doerr. I read All the Light We Cannot See, which was my favorite book of 2015, and therefore I wanted to read some more by him, and I bought this short story collection and I hope that it will be great. I don't know too much about it, unfortunately, but it does seem really good. Then I bought a Swedish book just because I've heard so many great things about this book, and it's a classic. It's called Dr. Glass, which means Dr. Glass. Yeah. This is basically a reply to Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment, because that novel deals with the consequences of murdering someone, and Dostoevsky says that you can't really escape the consequences, while the author of this book argues the complete opposite, that you can commit a murder and just be totally fine with it. So my friend read this recently, he adored it, so I can't wait to read it, so I hope I will have time soon. Then 2 books that I bought very recently. One is Perfume by Patrick Siskind, and this is a German novel and it's obviously translated into English, and it is about a man who doesn't have a scent, and he can smell, his sense of smell is really good. He can smell things like on the opposite side of the street, and he can smell people's feelings, from what I've gathered. I've heard so many great things about it, and it's quite similar to a book we read in my Swedish class last year, which I really liked, so I think that this will be along those same lines. And the last book I brought was Eating Fire by Margaret Atwood, and I adore Margaret Atwood. I love The Handmaid's Tale, and we are doing poetry in the first semester here, so I thought that I would give it a go, since I haven't read too much poetry in the past, to be honest, and I feel like I need to try to get into it a bit more, since I'm going to study it so widely and my studies are gonna be very intense, I guess, so I feel like I really need to broaden my knowledge about it. So that's why I bought this one, and I have read a few poems and I really like it so far. And then I also went into a secondhand bookshop the other day and I bought Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer, one of my favorite books of all time. I adore this book, it's phenomenal. I've read it only once though, that's why I got it, since I've been meaning to reread it this year. It is about a boy whose father dies in the 9/11 terrorist attack, and he leaves behind a puzzle that this boy tries to solve, and it's phenomenal, it's beautifully written, and I can't wait to reread it. And I also brought The Lord of the Rings, which I completely forgot to show you for some reason, but that's what I brought. And then I also brought a lot of cookbooks and just recipes in general. So that was all the books that I brought with me and one that I bought because, like I said, limited space and I will be doing so much reading for my course. So I have no idea when I will be able to get to these books, but hopefully sometime in the near future. If books are as cheap as £1 a book, then I guess my shelf will fill up quite quickly. But I hope you have a really good time. I wonder if you have read any of these books. I would love to know, and stay tuned for a dorm tour sometime soon. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!